Dual Destinies. Finally, we're here. Is Phoenix right again? Yeah, we're done with this Apollo Justice shit. Or Phoenix right. Got her badge back, right? Who bombed the court? That's the question.
Now, 放送界には暗黒の時代が訪れている。僕たちはそれを正していかなければならない。
This was cringe.
ああ、分かってるよ。ついにお前が追っていたやつが動いたのかもしれないな。
Phoenix right. He's back in the
大丈
job.
夫さ。頼もしい新人も入ったしね。
Athena Sykes just hired her.
よし。行きますか。そろそろ行きますか。
彼女がうちの事務所に来てからもう半年か。今こそ彼女の力が必要なんだ。
Why?
大丈夫ですか？
Alright, just get to the thing.
僕はこの時のために戻ってきたんだ。決着をつけるよ。
Ace Attorney was never supposed to be cool, right? It was supposed to be funny. Got his badge back. This is so fucking cringe, man. Stop looking cool. You ain't that guy, bro. He thinks he's an anime villain. The best thing about bombs is how they erase and destroy without discretion. All I have to do is pin everything on that little girl. Nope, not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? Apollo. Nerves of steel and then cores of steel. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo's the lead for the defense in this case. So Athena is the assistant. I'm gonna be there on the bench with them, doing what I can to help out. Defend Junie. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number on you. I'm just happy to see you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend to have no connection to this case. Guess I'm gonna say it, that Juniper's name is cleared. I'm sure you feel much the same way. You got that right. Won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion. Apollo. Athena. Junie. You okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to get into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. I'm having coughs right now. She poisoned or something? She's our client in this case. The news keep repeating that Junie is the alleged bummer. How? What proof do you have? I brought you this little snack, Athena. Just a little something from my garden. Thanks. Is this orange or a tangerine? It's an orange, my grandma says. That orange is the color of strength and endurance. Get it? Strength for the trial, right? Oh, don't worry. We'll be so powerful in there, don't know what hit him. Right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. I just missed it. Yeah. Apollo. Apollo. Why'd you fall, bro? His wounds are reopened. He was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. For the girls, bro. Mr. Justice? Trial's about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. Have to defend Juniper. What are we going to do? The trial's about to start with or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this, but even if I call him now, he'd never get in here in time. Phoenix, right? Just defend him yourself. Apollo, give me all the evidence for this case. Huh? What you gonna do? Submit a substitution. Are you sure? You're not serious, like... You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself, Athena? Stop for a second and think about what you're saying. Let him defend! Let Apollo do it, bro. He is not that bad. No problem, Mama. I can handle it, I think. I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Athena, and that's enough for me. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now, so just leave it to me. Why? Because he fell? Look at him sweat. He's sweating, bro. You're gonna kill him. I hate it that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Juniper. You can also call Phoenix, right? You bet I will, rest assured. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead on a defense case. I'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. I have to do this. So we're gonna get a flashback episode. December 7th. Day 1. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. And what is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be mailed in today. Yes, well, a substitution of authority petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue. So, he put the bandages on yesterday, and then he came to court today. He takes his job seriously. Just take a few days off. With me as an adversary, who wouldn't want to feign a feign illness? What? The nerve of that guy. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. You arrogant jerk. No. Widget? Is my hearing worse? I could have sworn I heard the defense say something. No, you didn't hear anything at all. Especially not from me. I could have sworn I also heard something. Oh, that would be my widget. He sometimes blurs out what I'm saying. How does this work, though? Well then. If that's the case, it's the clear contradiction to what you just stated. Contradiction. You just stated you said nothing, however, if the divisor say what you're thinking, then you indeed said I was... What was it? Everything's at work? Yeah, sure. At any rate, what does it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey? No fresh out of the law school. Mr. Fane, I believe that's enough. Let us get back to the case. Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl what they call rookie humiliator. Arrogant jerk. If you continue to insult the prosecution, I'll remove you from my court. Take that shit off. Turn down the volume or something. Mr. Ping, your opening statement, if you please. Thank you, Your Honor. Now then, the incident occurred yesterday at this very courthouse, room number 4. At that time, the trial for a certain bombing was held in court number 4. Yeah, so I was presiding over that trial as well. Mr. Justice was there as the lawyer for the case. A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more, and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life. But there was in fact one death. In fact, there was one death. Who died? Your Honor, when courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast, the body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial. I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape. Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter robes. Evidence of an autopsy report. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the record. Press R to see it. What is this? The time bomb that destroyed the courtroom. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. Please call the accused to the witness stand. Hello? Defendant? Defendant, are you feeling alright? You're looking a little pale. I'm sorry, I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived at the courthouse. But I'm alright. Junie's really giving her all. Better make sure I do the same. If we could please proceed, your name and occupation. High school student. Wait, you said childhood friend? She's a high school. You graduate, bro. You're fucking 18. Go to college. Can you confirm if you're in the courthouse on the day in question? Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Athena. And so, I was there yesterday to watch his trial and lend my support. Hey, you ignorant prosecutor Payne. What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator? Deep breaths, don't let him get to you. She says they can help you see into the future. They can? That's the perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them. A sweet and meek girl going into a courtroom is hard to believe. That was weak, man. Do a better job. Yikiari! Give me that voice back. Yikiari! I don't have any kind of motive. And I don't even know who the lady was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. However, it doesn't matter. The only thing that it does is that our objective was destruction of court number 4. What's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that? Very good question, coming from a novice such as yourself. First, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? I have, just now. There we go. That's the strong objection. It's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land. I can see that the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the courts, but Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence. I will believe it when I see it. Unique aspect of the bomb. You know what exactly is so unique about it? Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question? Me? I notice that you appear to be very nervous, and, well, gentleman that I am, I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence. Could it be any more condescending? Really? Falls for a loser. What was unique about the bomb? Inside a stuffed animal? It was inside a stuffed animal. I see it. Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? Very good. Have a cookie. Not bad. As I recall, Bomb was inside a stuffed animal this whole time. It's a tell, Your Honor. Belongs to the stuffed animal. It's called Phony Fanty. He's the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges. So we're on so many levels. Wait. Phony Fanny's tail is made of vinyl cloth, and we found something very interesting on the surface to defend those fingerprints. Why would you wipe it for fingerprints? Did you touch it? Why would her fingerprints be on it? It does appear to be pretty infutile evidence. Court accepts it into evidence. Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this? I don't understand. How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible explanation to refute this evidence? Hold up. Didn't Apollo say he handed over all the evidence? And this is all he gives me? He gave me nothing. The fucking fraud. Can't do it. Can't think of a single thing. I better come up with something for Junie's sake. The ruling. No. I can't get my voice to work. Huh? I have a disability? I overcame this already. I gotta play this game with a disability instead of superpower? You gotta be kidding. Oh, come on, it's not that emotional. You got it. He actually said it. You got it. Phoenix. Sorry it took so long. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. Yeah, he didn't give me any evidence either. Apollo literally gave me no help for this case. I hate to admit, but I was having a real rough time on my own. I don't know. I think you were doing no fine, all things considered. And you hung in there and gave me enough time to get here. Yeah, thanks for stalling. Got it, boss. Nico showed up out of the blue. If it isn't Mr. Phoenix, right? You always man. How old is this judge, bro? It's been like 10, 20 years. He doesn't age. But I believe there are many things. Mr. Payne? How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up in the animal stuffed tail? How did these bombs even detonate? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You're absolutely right. Let us continue to where we left off. I assume you have no objections? None at all, Your Honor. This is so unfair to him. This poor kid. Having a hard time. June's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense that she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday? Yeah. Traumatic. Poor thing. There she is, back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us. Okay, thanks. Sorry about this. Phoenix, right? I've been looking forward to meeting you. Who are you, man? What line of pain are you in? Are you the pain that we met in game 1, or? I believe, how do you do? Are you the same pain, or are you a different pain? For I am Gaspin Pain. I'm the younger brother of your long-standing rival Winston Pain. Okay, so it's a different pain. Looks like the real pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant. Your Honor, the prosecution would now like to call a decisive witness. Witness will testify to the accused detonated a bomb in the courtroom. Please call your witness. Hey, he's the dude. You can see he's the criminal. Witness, your name and occupation. Witness? Detonate. His name is literally Detonate. Occupation? Bomb disposal specialist. Yep, that's him. Speech synthesis via typing is the same as me talking. He sounds exactly like a robot. Can't you speak in a normal manner? I can. He can. But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure, speaking, typing. Understand? What an odd witness. Mr. Detonate. Mr. Tenate was in charge of the bomb for the trial and was there when it went off. Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim? Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I only know a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim. Shocked. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. So he was the first to discover the body, was he? He's here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion. Show this court some respect and remove the face guard. He still has an eye cover. Witness testimony. When the bomb went off, the bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name, HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb timer was counting down. The bomb was supposed to be disarmed, how it somehow got switched on. Precisely. Activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect the wires. 2. Switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I am sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright. Makes you blue monkey in a barrel of fun, boss. I'd like to begin my cross-examination, huh? Mr. Tony, what is that? HH3000, aka a bomb. A bomb? Great googly moogly. They all ran off. Disassembly complete. HM 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best. Trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an exact replica of the HH3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success. Explosion equals failure. I submit a photograph of the bomb, a real bomb, taken just before the trial. Just before the trial. Dimensions 10 by 10 by 10. Weight 12 pounds. A perfect replication. Your bomb does appear to be very good copy indeed. Yes, however, I cannot replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable. I cannot replace it. Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything. Now, if the defense to begin their cross-examination, where has Miss Sykes gone to? Still hiding? This dunce. She was about to bolt. Hey. As transparent as ever. Now, let's see. Where were we now? We're at the cross-examination. Of course. She seems to disoriented. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Latina if she remembers how to cross-examine. Yeah, she'll be fine. No need for that right now. She'll be fine. I do everything you can to... Oh. You can't find any contradictions. If you fall back too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, bro? You're saying you're gonna help me cross-examine? Disarmed by me. Operated by a remote. Watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. The bomb's timer is counting down. They're trying to find testimony that conflicts with evidence, right? Oh, we already found it. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down. Right, but how did you see it if it was inside this case? So you say you saw the bomb's countdown, is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. How'd you see it? What are you talking about? There's no way you could have seen it concealed inside a stuffed animal. Tonight, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off? Oh, that was great. You found a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember it, when you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, hidden meaning, a secret, wherever it is, it's up to us to dig it out. And pointing it out, every contradiction we find is the best way to do it. Now the question is, what can we dig it out, Mr. Tony? Well, let me see. No. There must be a mistake. Yes, of course. I remember now. The sound, I knew because of the sound. Sound? What sound? When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, 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 beep. It's the sound of the bomb counting down. Beeping noise, you say? Suppose it would be plausible to notice that even with the bomb inside the stuffed animal. But you can't see the time, though. How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for sound of the bomb's timer and the group part of my work constantly under the training so that I will be able to never miss it. I already think that training would help you hear something so soft. What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It's a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I cannot hear a bomb's timer? It's not like the subliminal toaster, You're just showing off. Showed off again. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality. Or perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tony did not hear the sound? Well, no, but it seems totally suspect. It's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. Why you believe that person is to be Miss Woods? That's simple. Mr. Tony happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. Was this now? It happened before the trial started. It was when Detective armed when I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for defense. Bomb equals evidence. Lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get to the bomb, Miss Woods was already in there at the lobby. Her goal was to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch. How would she know? The remote switch, yes. Has been missing ever since the incident. Then check our pockets. Partially to blame, I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case. And they were rearming and stealing while I was talking with the lawyer. Defendant then used the remote from the inside of the courtroom to start the timer. But why was there a bomb in the first place? The bomb was safely secured at the transport case. The only time it was outside of the case was in that lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. So rather than Tony could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned executively to me. Do you see this number here? It's my identification number. I have the only key that could open the case. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof it wasn't her. So she's guilty until proven innocent. I mean, there's no proof that it wasn't you either, right? 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 decisions. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Talk about rotten hand. As long as they have a fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we'll have to hear from the defendant herself once more. Bring her on. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Because there's hiding it from her. Don't worry. I know we need her testimony. But if anybody picks her again, they'll pay. Anger level 1. I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I'll take my leave. But before I do, there's just one more thing, Mr. Wright. Me? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. Now, if you'll excuse me. Bailiff, bring back the defendant. She's back. Junie. Dina. She looks even worse. Don't worry, Junie. We're here to help. And I'll do my best. You blew the courtroom because you bear resentment against the court, is correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary. You get it. When an impenitent little girl stop acting innocent and tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You were on the bar because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it. Thought you went to the lobby, right? Mr. Wright. Can you give me a snack? Of course not. Do we have to review the court minute 101 again? You can't let a group like that bully these girls so easily. I mean, don't call him a creep, man. He got a life, too. Probably has a wife and kids. Don't worry about me. Help Junie. Her heart's crying out. So scared. Very scared. It looks like Athena's picking up something with her heightened sense of hearing. Why does everyone in here have superpowers? Sounds like this time's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Don't deny it. You stole the remote switch, used it in this court. Please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant. Yes. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. Don't you know, Your Honor? There is no more a gentle man in this world than I. Don't let her rude. You know, sniffle. How dare you call a gentleman such as I rude, ruffian? Oh, you know I attended the manners class every Sunday. And this is what they teach? I demand my money back from that manners class. That's what I'm saying. We ask for a refund. I should probably be the adult here and stop two of them, but it's too entertaining, right? Mr. Payne, not enough. Please share your testimony. Witness testimony when the bomb went off. Oh, that day I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off and rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. What fell on top of you? Why is she coughing so much? What's inside her heart? Power. Alright, now we're getting to the powers. Athena has a unique ability, you can see. With her fine-tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness. What the fuck? How the fuck does that work? So a person's really feeling from the tone of their voice. It's all up to Athena and her ability now. Alright, man. And listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart. Alright, boss. After all, this is the whole reason they put all that effort into studying analytical psychology. With kids, let's do this. She got a fucking computer, bro. Thingamabob can show us how Mrs. Wiz is feeling, right? In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images I pick up and just listen for testimony. I can enter all that into the widget and use the wood matrix to analyze it. You don't need to do all that shit, bro. Just get Apollo and his bracelet. These mood markers have reflected fluctuations in Junie's emotions. If she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will lighten up. Wait. I just realized. If it feels sad, things were brightened by memory, the sad marker will blue. If you feel surprised or confused, the surprised marker will let us know. So with your special ability, and which is Wood Matrix program, we can track how Miss Wood's feeling. Hold up. I thought I heard something. Talk about wonders of technology. Yep, now let's give it a shot. Picking up on some kind of record. Noise level. See here? This is what the noise looks like in a wood matrix. As well, we can listen to her testimony and her feelings. It's time to listen to Miss Wood's true testimony. All this animation, man. What is this? I think I grasped Judy's emotions. It is a power. Why was she happy? Was she into that shit? Maybe she was into that shit. Maybe she's a kinky girl. Must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. You first need to pinpoint and select. Sakura! Vision is registering joy. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. As the rubble was falling, was there also something that made you happy? That's right, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going, and I bet Junie will start to calm down. Let's hear what she has to say. Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was startled, I tripped. But just then, Apollo came and rescued me. She has a crush on Apollo. He used his own body to shield me from the rubble. So that's when he sustained those injuries. How do you feel, Jenny? She likes... She got a crush on him? See? Your coughing stopped all of a sudden. 50. Pretty neat, huh? There's no space left. I mean, there must be some kind of Discord. Low? Right. If I find an unaccepted emotion, I should pinpoint. Yeah. Tried to run, but it was slow. Before I could get away, bomb went off. That I was done for. Rescued me. What is this? I gotta pinpoint it. Okay, hold up. What? No, what the fuck? You were happy, weren't you? Sad? You were also sad. Yeah, I don't like this concept. Rum rap Riney. That's right, I. Probably because of bum rap Riney. And Phony Fante are brothers. I had bum rap Riney with me while I was watching the trial, but it was in the film. But Riney was a terrible bomb. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges. Phony Fante and bum rap Riney. Nothing against the campaign, but why is an elephant in the arsenals? I don't sense any discord in Junie's heart anymore. That means we managed to draw out all her testimony. Percent at the right statement. I was watching from the gallery with bum rep Money tried to run, and then the bomb went off, rebels fell, and Apollo came to rescue. That's her complete testimony. Not bad. Focus on the news statements. The existence of bum rep Riney should turn things in her favor. Where's the poster, man? Is it this? It is. Ms. Woods, I know the trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are without a doubt innocent. My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail and the defendant's fingerprints were found. That wasn't on Phony Fante. That was the tail of her gallery companion, Bum Rep Riney. Elephant and Rhino, they're as distinct as defense lawyer and prosecution. Both defense lawyers, prosecutors like to protect the peace of the law. Even elephants and rhinos have similar characteristics. Both great and big. This poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. How the two got mixed up. Oh, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, the two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals, but the design of their tails is exactly the same. However, as long as the possibility persists that the tail belongs to Bum Rep Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantial. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Yes. Yay. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigation ahead of you. Very well, let us reconvene tomorrow. What is it? Tomorrow? What do you mean tomorrow? We did it. True to form, you managed just to barely pull it off. So she's innocent, right? She's innocent, bro. You did great. She's innocent, right? They don't have enough evidence on her. Really got the brave and just, thanks to you, we're able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Tina. Really? Thanks. To be honest, was I any help at all? Yeah, your machine was. Without you, we would never gotten out of that tight spot. It's good to hear. I must still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm gonna give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner. That's what I like to hear. But I don't need a partner, bro. Analytical psychology, the ability to solve riddles of a person's heart. Nina's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Where's Apollo anyway? Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assume he'd still be here in the lobby. Maybe he's still in the courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4. And then, Apollo said he had an idea where Riley might be, so I went to take a look together. I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Riley together before you called back into court number 5? Yes. I had some time to rest while I was able to go and look for him. But they called me into the courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insists on staying here though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured out something out. He told me, I'm gonna look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new evidence. Anyway, we better go and look. You don't have to prove who did it, right? You just have to prove that she wasn't the one who did it. That's all you gotta do. December 17th, 12/11.
驚き先輩裁判終わりましたよ
驚き。
驚き先輩嘘
He's not dead. I remember that part. He's alive, bro. He's alive. I think he might have gotten amnesia, though. He might have forgotten his memories. I'm not sure. Continue. Alright. Good morning. The mood is tense. That's not any surprise. Oh, hey, did you read the newspaper? The paper. You didn't hear it? Read it? Somebody spotted an abnormal snowman way up in the mountains. Paper and tabloid. I might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. Better watch out, okay? You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Huh? Poor Apollo. It's my fault. Athena. Junie. What was I thinking? Are we ever gonna, like... Remember Lemoyre from Apollo Justice Phoenix, right? Last game? Yeah, are we ever gonna mention about his mom? It was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to the head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away and it looks like he's gonna pull through. But it was still a shock. Why does he have a jacket on like that, though? Is Miss Woods alright, Athena? I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. It really feels responsible for what happened. Poor June. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because she was helping her look for something in the courtroom. How you doing? Me? You know, I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Doing fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. The people who've studied the analytical psychology are great at times like this. After all, they've learned how to control their emotions too. Yeah, bullshit. Somehow, I don't think it's easy as she makes it sound. There's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? He doesn't. He got amnesia. Fuck. Yeah, I remember he had no memory of something. Nothing about what he was doing court number 4 or who assaulted him. Doctor said it's probably due to the hit he took to the head. Assault in the court of law, losing your memory, all that. At that, I know how that feels. No, you don't. You've never lost your memory. Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena, I thought you said you were under control of your emotions. Let's just focus on Miss Woods, yeah? Alright, boss. Apollo's a silly can wait until after we clear her name. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. Better check the court records one more time before the trial starts. Alright, let's get ready to rumble or stumble. With everything that happened with Apollo, I don't have time for a proper investigation. Can't let that stop me, though. I gotta get this right, Miss Wood, for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's too. December 18th. All rise. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution's ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid it's still missing, Your Honor. You must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I am too. Aha, looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. Good. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up to this trial. Separate matter, you say, and what might that be? I assume you're aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. Speaking, of course, the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. Really? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. This goofball. Mr. Payne, what a goofball. Has nothing to do with this trial. But I believe there is a connection between the case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred on courtroom number 4. Its location... Yeah, but do you have proof that Juniper was there? It's quite close to where the victim's arm was found. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? I believe it was found something that the courtroom while Miss Wiz was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely. And so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice in the back of the head in order to silence him. She was devastated when he found Apollo hurt like that. Miss Sykes, please control your outburst. We will draw even closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What are you listening to, Miss Tripp over there? Although, considering our conversation here today, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wondering what it was. He told me, I'm gonna look for evidence to clear your name. Maybe the two incidents really are close. I just start by hearing the defendant really are related. She's coughing again. She has an inhaler in her flower. As well as you went into the ruins of Courtroom No. 4 with Mr. Justice? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would then, please testify what happened to the court. Well, we know it's Ted Nate, alright? Coughing, stay with me, and went to the courtroom rooms together. But then I was called back to this court and gave testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind courtroom number 4. Sure, I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? Stayed by her side while you were feeling unwell. What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was only outstanding feature. He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can really be nice, too. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind the ruins? He might have figured something out. Something. What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing, I think. Oh, new evidence. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence while I was called away. Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. The defendant has told a big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy the evidence. Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness or violence. We found the proof under her foul deed in the courtroom. Woods. What on earth? Do you see it? Your right hand witnessed what message you left. It was written in blood. Woods. Why isn't that? That was right. It says Woods in capital letters. I submit that Mr. Justice left us the name of his attacker before he fainted. No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? It's right, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do that? The nerve of him? Hey, don't take it out on me. Apollo? No. Yeah, he didn't write that, right? No, we didn't see this before. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves, and we had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Did you not see it the first time? Cross-examination. Along with Apollo, during the trials, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me. We went to the courtroom rooms together, but when I called back, Apollo insisted on staying behind court number 4. That way, I'll probably find out more. Alright, so press everything. What up? Was overcome by a fit of coughing. So we just press everything. Press, press, press. Press this too, press that too, press everything. all started looking for bum rep Riney where there was no rubble. The area around the witness stand, you sure about that? Sorry, did I see something wrong? No, of course not. Just testing my hearing. Near the witness stand, where there was no rubble. What would explain this contradiction? Concerned that Miss Woods just an idea, you're right. It must have been pretty hard on him too, with all that rubber. Not to think about it, there's something odd about what I was able to do. And considering those... Huh. Right, there were rubbles near the witness stand. Do I present this? I don't know how that works, but you started to search witness stand. That's right. He was being so brave. But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been able to be incapable of that. He was, and he still is. You said there were no rebels? True, and I can be bribing Kai, but if you would please look at the diagram. How was it possible to walk up to it? I thought that was the stand. I thought that was like a carpet of rubble. He couldn't just go on top of it? The rubble blocks off access to your... What? How the fuck does that make sense? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Great, now I'm not sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know? That's precisely what Mr. Wright done. That I call slander it, Your Honor. It's hard to tell with my accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos? Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo. Let me see. What's that hunk of metal? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tenney's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there a problem? Yes, the transport case was there in the corner number 4 when the bomb went off. Must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it. Yes, I just realized. Position is different from before. Position. The position of that big middle thing. The bomb transport case? Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case in the photos was open space, it was easy to search the stand. I see, so... Where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? More to the right. That means, in that case, the case was over there at the time. Who cares where the transport case was? What difference does it make? Wow, clearly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time. This is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. Probably there. Connor. But that's inconceivable. This was. Was this where the transport case was when you saw it? Yes, that's where it was. Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about the position. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice could never let that bloody riot. Why would you believe the defendant's claim? It's obviously lying. Hey, Kitty! The fact that the case was moved just after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone. It's right here in this crime photo. The tracks? Yeah, the tracks. Cry? This mark was made by one of the casters for the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice, and then Mr. Justice was assaulted, and the transport case was moved. It's impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that writing. You did it, boss. You pulled it off. Well, there, Mr. Wright, that was a very clear deduction. Clever deduction. Nothing but pure genius. Take that. I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did it? Huh? Well, why does it matter? She's innocent, right? We know she didn't do it. Just give us the verdict. Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, isn't it? Yes, it is. That old technique. Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than two-bit con man. You made arguments with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer. What now, boss? Hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner. Who could have written that message in blood? Someone else? The culprit? Apollo? The culprit, probably. Maybe it was Apollo's dagger who wrote it. Oh, wait a minute, I should realize something. What is it? Look at the amount of blood in that photo. Doesn't look like Apollo bled so much. I wonder if it's possible to write Woods with just this much. Good thing Apollo didn't lose that much blood, but it's better since there was pretty ruled out this attacker. Who could it have been? Someone else? This one? Do I really need to base my claim on something? Boss. Of course you do. Don't tell me you don't have anything at all to back up your assertion. What? There's only one other person who could really be. Yeah, wasn't there another person who shed blood at the crime scene? Oh, right. I forgot she's died. I forgot who the victim was. I don't have any real proof. But I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at the crime scene. But I do. I believe it was Candace's arm who left behind this message in blood. That's kind of bullshit. What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Not really. Not really. If you said the attacker left message, first glance. Oh, I see. Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively. Why would Detective Arm write that defendant's name? There were no connection between two whatsoever. And I didn't even know who the lady was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between them. They had never met each other. That's very true. Well then, let's see. Maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. Maybe? It might not be? Coming from you is quite a bold statement. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have been some I call that a wormhole because it might be true, right? Clearly as was as anyone continuously. What other meaning could it have been? Kidnapped armed with the detective. Maybe was only means something to the police. Like a police code. Scanner code. There's no radio code as woods. Is that a fact? Look at me. But if they can't substantiate with anything, it might send it things here. No, wait. Dude, Juniper's innocent at this point, right? We just don't know who did it. What is the true meaning? Well, I believe it's a no stalling. If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I would declare the discussion officially over. What other meaning? Maybe some code, think. It's right here. L1001. No. Wait a minute. Woods, and then the rest is left off. Woods or something? L and 100D SR. It's 5R. How does that make sense though? It's 5R, right? 5R and 001. Is LL1001 and then some kind of D. It looks familiar, right? Looks kind of familiar. The bomb transport case. Take a look at the numbers in this case. L100. Doesn't the string look vaguely familiar? What would these numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand? Now please look at the bloody writing in this crime photo. I think I see it. That a girl. It says woods. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W, it's actually one L and a 1. Next to 2 are zeros. My goodness. The true meaning behind the bloody writing is Miss Wood's name. It's the number engraved in this bomb transport case. What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1, but bloody writing says 2. But the number in the case of bloody can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number can be made to match. Erase 2 lines. Please erase the third downward stroke of W and the curved path of D. Oh, would you like it that? No, Your Honor. It's meant to be read as a word. It's number L10015, which if you take away the final R, is the exact same number. Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say. I can change anything to anything else by simply erasing 2 lines. What if you erase 2 lines from your name? Mr. Rai. Wow, would you, Mr. Rai? The only right spelling is right. Okay, done pretty well here. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. The original message was left behind was the transfer case number. But whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent? Identification number. Candace Arm lost her life to the corner bombing. Her dying message could have been on one purpose. To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Wow, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. That was what's wrong with your name. Yeah, we knew it was him from the beginning, right? Indict Mr. Ted Tonate in the charge of bombing. Apparently, disabling bombs is his only specialty. So when she was caught in the blast, she left this bomb transfer case number on a dying message. Why would anyone go out of their way to write ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? Got a good point here. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? Allow me to offer you a theory. Perhaps I can recall his name. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. Entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. But maybe using ID was a way to hide his true meaning. That's lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind their message. Now, just one more moment here. Any proof that it was indeed the Detective Arm who wrote it? The writing was meant to be. Just match the blood. Do a blood test. Naturally, Mr. Tony hid it before anyone could discover it. Mr. Tony has covered the message up because he's wearing those weird goggles. First they find the body. I was arrested for this deed. Mr. Tony saw that the victim had written his ID number. Oh. Scrub it away his writing. When Mr. Ted... Guess what, Mr. Justice? Exactly. So he didn't clean it. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it. By adding 2 lines to the writing that's... He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice is accusing Miss Woods. So that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing of the courtroom bomber. And that person is Ted Tonate. Order, I say. Looks like we have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tony take the witness stand. That was great. Just doing what I do best. Dismantling games. Finally drawn Mr. Tony back onto the witness stand. Looks like you get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Final testimony. Or at least, there's a few more. We have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation. Allegations are all laughable. I wouldn't be laughing if I were you. The message in blood matches her ID number. I think her body's in there, right? I remember this part. Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires. I haven't been tangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person in the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then used it again later. I see, but then let me ask you, do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message? Very good question. Well, do you? You analyzed the DNA, right? Yes, Your Honor. Always in time before a result. Let's hear more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous Dickens' theory is. After the explosion, I admit I was the first one in the scene. After the explosion, there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there's no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on the rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. So you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near the writing? Precisely. It is plain as day that she could not have written it. True. Please have a look at the scene. As you can see, there is blood in the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head on there. Well, thanks for telling me now. Like, you should have showed me this photo at the first minute. After the explosion, I admit I was the first one on the scene. Suppress everything. She was too far away. And died near the court. Hold up, they're saying court record. Impact with a flat object. Okay, there it is. You're a terrible liar, Mr. Tony. Take a look at the autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head caused by an impact with a flat object. Yes, what about it? Now take a good look at the bloody piece of wood. Sharp. You're right, it is pointy, just like your hair. It is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? Did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The blistering you see is another fabrication. The purpose of it is to mislead us into thinking she died at the entrance. Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body? That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. Good timing, let's look. According to the report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood. And, as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all. You could have done this before. Yes, you did it. You were right. Now I have to drive it home. I'll take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. Mr. Toney, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself. Fine, I will confess. This time I will tell the truth. The truth. It's true that the depicted arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. The detective arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. Wait, he said you covered the body? Very well, cross-examination. Cross-examination. The truth. And covered the writing. You covered the writing. Is that what you said? What do you mean you covered the writing? Okay, let's just press everything. My ID number, she wrote L1. I was shocked. I don't believe Detective Arm's dying message was just a mistake. Must have mistaken me for the real bomber. What did Mr. Tetley see when he first discovered the bloody writing? She very plainly wrote L100 something. Really? That's the logic? Because it's missing the R? But that's odd, because that's not what I see. What on earth are you babbling about? Take a good look at this photo. Tell me, does it really say L1001R? Something's missing, isn't it? And that something is a final R. Maybe the rock was moved, you know? But why did the rock move? There was no R in the end. It was a slip of a finger. My bad. I'm not sure if it was just a slip of a simple slip of a finger. He's extremely agitated and panicked. He does look pretty flustered. You're almost right. It appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know. Did he make a typo? He saw it. Maybe he really did see the R, but there's no R angle in the... Now that I take another good look at this photo, I think maybe that's it. That's the rock he used. Got it, so that's what happened. But the photo clearly shows that there's no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tenney actually did see the R. Shows that Mr. Tenney could have seen the R. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tenney could have seen the R? This thing? No? What part of the photo shows that he could have seen the R? What the fuck do you mean? Do I show this part again? Is it not this part? No? What do you mean, what part? I don't know. What do you mean? What part of the photo shows he could have seen the R? This track here? Let's try it. Oh, nope. Really? She's guilty? Because we couldn't find who did it. Alright, retry from the scene. don't know, man. What part shows he could have seen the R? This part? No. What shows he could have seen it? What the fuck do you mean? Use the court record. What do you mean, what part of it? Could have seen the or. I don't fucking know, bro. There's this part. The fact that he changed from L1 to Woods is also proof. The fact that this piece is missing right here is also proof. Right? We did this part. We also pointed to this part. We pointed at the track record, the track mark, and we also pointed to this line. And then we did this too, right? Could have seen the R. Do you point to the R again? Well, what am I supposed to be looking at? Let's see. This rock. Is it this part? I pointed to it like 3 times. That's the same fucking logic. It's true that the witness wears some very odd goggles. Doesn't mean his eyesight is bad or but what Mr. Tanner saw was that line of smudge. He saw the whole complete R written there before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh, that explains it. Huh? Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed everything happened in the exact opposite order. Because that's the way it really happened. Timing of when this R was written. Now then, by the explosion. Before the explosion. With the bloody message running off the edge of damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. If that's true, it overturns your own premise. That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion? True, but consider the scenario. She was hit in the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made look like she was a victim of the blast. Sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see the detective arm before the trial? There was one person. Ted Denate. Wait, what? That appears to be the case, Your Honor. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my. Mr. Tenate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, court number 4. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts. He's completely unnerved. Why would you transport a bomb, though? Had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not? Do you always leave yourself to open attacks, Mr. Wright? What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Tony may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing. The murder weapon. What do you claim you used to kill the victim? Well, Mr. Tony. Yes, right. Didn't have anything to use as a weapon. Couldn't have possibly killed the Detective Arm. Did he really not have nothing he could have used as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena? Just think over the victim's autopsy report. Yeah, something flat. Please do now. What did he have that could have been used as the transport case? What? So you can confirm it was not the murder weapon. Alright, bro. Alright, just retry. What could he have used? The bomb? The remote switch? The bomb? Is cracked. Maybe the bomb? You see, you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing. So he hit her with the bomb. He had this bomb he wanted to explode, and then he just went clunk, and then she died from that. The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candace was killed by this bomb. You hit her in the head with it? This fucking derp. Fucking derp, bro. Trauma to back of the head. But a blow from any flat object could produce the exact same pattern. He took the bomb and just went clunk. What? And she died from it. What? This is hilarious, actually. What's with him? And show me some proof. Where's the evidence I hit the victim? He's right. Did you find any of the victim's blood in the bomb? That would be. Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? Too bad. The bomb is blown to bits. Long gone. Boom. Game over. Yeah? He's a little broken. But unless you find a fragment of the victim's blood in it, it's not going to count. By setting off the bomb, Ted managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. Look at things a different way. Instead of looking for the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Before the trial started, then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden. The timetable shows exactly what Mr. Tony was trying to hide. Is it the switch? That's been missing, right? Ted Tony murdered the environment. I placed her body in the courtroom. Is it the bomb case? Wait, what? A murder detective before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. The body? The murder took place before the trial, then Ted knew how to hid the body somewhere. And you're right, and you can figure out where I was hiding exactly. So, where could Mr. Tony have hidden the body? In the bomb case. Wait, a box big enough for a body? Box. Nobody would touch a thing if there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tony? What is it? No, you're the one who's gonna show it to me. Come again. You heard me now. Show me what's inside the bomb transport case. Why did you bring it with you? Got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. Then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you're trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial? Okay, but why not just put her in the explosion? Why hide the body at all? I haven't thought of that. The answer is right here, inside the box, made of thick alloy plating that can withstand. Why do you need to withstand the impact? Just put her in the explosion. And then it looks like she did die from the explosion, you know? And no object. So, let's open the case and take a look, shall we? Hold it. It's not, if you value your life. Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. I repeat, this HH-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. I am the only one who can disassemble this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. Didn't you say it was a training model, a fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. It's the HH3000. But the HH3000 was used to blow up the courtroom before, wasn't it? Hmm? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one that I made. Take it any way you'd like. Just before the trial, I took the HH3 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb in it. That was the bomb that exploded the Troy courtroom before. Mr. Tony, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? So I just have it. Besides, taking a look inside the stuff and within the trial. Can you uncheck to see if it really was the 3000? I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. So it really is the one the bomb was switched out. No, not of uncertainty. I did it. Better get out of here while you can. You cannot have much time. Water. Get out of here. It's gonna blow. Run. Hold it. Objection. Or are still here? Well, aren't you brave? I just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day, the judge looks like he's about to book it for the US Texas any second. As for Mr. Payne, that is... and he's off. Mr. Wright, what do we do? Pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. Is that bomb really the HS3? What should I do? Run like a yellow belly chick. Stay my ground. I want to press the run. Can't run now. Farewell. Hold it. Mata! You're not going anywhere, Ted, tonight. Oh, Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure? Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. Not at a time like this. Lives are on the line. I'm not bluffing, I have proof. You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in this photo, clear as day. It's not the real HS3000. The crack? The photos broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tony used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Oh, you're right. Therefore, it is not the real HH3000. Tony was clearly lying when he said he switched the bomb in the stuffed animal. The real one blew up in court number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport cage myself. Please do that. No, stop. There's the blood. What is that? Is that blood stain? Just as I expected. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tony. How about it, Mr. Tony? You think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Alright, show me the meltdown. Dismantle it. Don't try to threaten us. Your bomb is a fake. It's real. This bomb is a real thing, I'll tell you. It's real. Mad Bomber, party of 1. There's no time left. It's gonna blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Okay, but if you did that, wouldn't you die too? He made it. He got small eyes. Game over. It's all over. My life has been blown to pieces. All that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed in the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in court number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her blood. That stupid deepest attorney started sticking his nose into my business. I mean, you tried to accuse Juniper, right? That's when I stuck up behind him and bam. When the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could pin it all on her. Why, oh why? That tonight, you're hereby under arrest on suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault in Mr. Justice. Your innocent or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Is he not guilty? I mean, we've kind of proven it, right? One person, however, still seems to be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper's verdict. Not guilty. Ooh, who's clapping? They're back? Court is adjourned. Cool. You did it, boss. Yeah. Many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of there, that was great. Mr. Wright, Thena, thank you for everything you did for me. Hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime. That'd be nice. Thank you for the invitation. I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not sure you can make it all the way to Juniper's house. How high do you live up again? About 3,000 feet. What? Where the fuck do you live? That's a mountain. But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving. The remote switch. The remote switch, right? Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tony got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, pretty big thing to leave unsolved though. Only let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict. Shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone? Okay. Her grandmother? No, silly. Why not her grandmother? You would assume that her grandmother's more important, right? Well, why don't we all go to the hospital to see him? Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. At least that's what I believed. But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Apollo? Leave of absence?
理由を聞かせてもらえるかな。どうしてもやらなくちゃならないことがあるんです。
Her sister. His sister. Alright. See you for now. Maybe you could tell us?
驚き先輩
Odoroki.
どう
Is
してあ
that his
んな
name?
ことを
She's crying? Dude, you've been here for 6 months. It's not a big deal to you, bro. What happened to you, Apollo? Wait, I missed it. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is... I fucking missed it, man. What the fuck? As we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It's a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature. Alright. End. Alright, case number 2. I will do later.